Project 06 Tails %. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. So if you haven't seen the Omega %, oh my goodness. Okay, we got it. Haven't seen Amy % or Omega %. I'm using a combination P06 Randomizer and the what's the other thing called? Character Switcher mod, both by BeatZ, in order to accomplish this. Now, obviously for Tails %, we're starting off in Wave Ocean Tails. I mean, I figured for that character's %, we should probably play the stage if they have one. So, kind of makes sense to start off here. So things aren't going to be looking too terribly different from how they normally do, but I thought that Tails would be pretty good to go through 5 different stages with, and yeah, it's just gonna be pretty good stuff. We'll be able to not only utilize, I definitely think when it comes to Project 06, Tails is really, really cool, and a lot of the abilities or tweaks to his abilities kind of came in more of the combat department, and none of the sections in Sonic's story that Tails is playable in really utilizes his combat. So as you can see from the splits, we have a lot of Shadow stages to do, and I think it's going to be really fun to play them with Tails here and be able to fully utilize his thing. Let me go ahead and change this up. I also moved my camera just a little bit, didn't like what it was facing. What is this? This, I believe? Yep, there we go. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. Because I'm using the randomizer, of course, the level layouts are a little bit different, and that includes even if you're playing as the correct character in the correct stage, the layout modifications will still be there. You can kind of see a spring down there for characters to get to, but thankfully we're Tails, so we can just fly ourselves right to the end. I'll be curious to see how long this one takes. I imagine the Shadow stages are going to be pretty quick. Wanted to do Tropical Jungle Silver yet again, though, because I kind of just wanted to see what kind of shenanigans we could get into with Tails here, how quickly we can complete this stage, since we can literally just fly. So I wanted to put it in here in the run. Figure why not do it right at the beginning? A little bit of a scenery change as well. All right, let's go. Actually, the first 2 stages are pretty much the same as Amy %, I just realized. But Amy's yellow this time, I guess. Also, fun fact, if you didn't know, Tails actually moves 1 meter per second faster while he's flying versus when he's on the ground, so it is always advantageous to be flying with him, which is kind of funny. Oh my goodness, an absolute obliteration of this stage. I think we're actually going to complete it in a fairly similar time. I mean, obviously, probably shave off a few seconds from just character switching, but we're pretty much finishing it in the exact same time as we would finish it with Silver. Pretty nice stuff. Off to a ripping start with Tails % here. All right, let's see. 35 seconds. Wow, the PB. I'm so good. Oh, man. All right, Flame Core Shadow is up next. This is where things are going to start getting interesting. Flame Core is actually a really cool stage for Tails. I remember this from doing his character bio, so I'm very interested, and I did Shadow's variant instead of Sonic's variant, not only because we did Sonic's variant for Amy, but also because there are a lot more enemies in Shadow's variant. We get to see the dummy ring bombs really do their thing here, which is going to be pretty exciting. This opening section's pretty cool. We also have the addition of this little thing. For some reason, these 2 platforms are not in Sonic's Flame Core. They're only in Shadow's Flame Core. This one is actually exclusive to Shadow's Flame Core, and there's only the initial one in Silver's Flame Core. So I don't really know what's going on with that. See if we can make it up here without defeating the enemies. Come on, Tails. Ah, just a little too high. Nothing dummy ring bombs can't fix, though. As well as the Tails swipe, being able to use that rhythm badge ability to full effect here. And now we get to be the B17. Let's go. Or F22, or whatever plane it is. With the dummy ring bomb and just totally bombard, probably lag the game at some point here. And just absolutely obliterate. I mean, look how fast Tails just decimated that combat. He's almost a better combat character than Shadow is, I swear. Dummy ring bombs are so good. And of course, if you have a tougher or more stubborn enemy, that's what the tail swipe is for. I'll defeat that guy just for fun. I don't think we can make it all the way up. Maybe I can do a fun little platform challenge here. Thankfully, in Project 06, we got that only, I think, Project 06 might be the only 3D fan game with a Tails flight cancel. I think maybe Project Hero. Project Hero is pretty much just a tech demo, though. Be curious to see if other 3D fan games included, or maybe there already is one. I just am an idiot and don't know. But here we go. It's a carpet bomb yet again. Oh my goodness. It's so fun. It's so fun. I love Tails, man. I mean, I'm also a bit biased because he's just always been my favorite character, but it's fun. And now I know someone in the comments is going to be like, Stelmo, you like Tails and Sonic Forces? Like, I'm not that big of a Sonic fan. I don't really care about the stories. I just like how he looks, and he is always who I played in the classic games, so I have a very shallow like for Tails. But sometimes shallow is just all you need. Just like how shallow the volcano is. Maybe? Can't believe Sonic 06 copied off of Mario 64, though, which is very strange. I don't exactly know. I mean, I assume that's why the section split is where it is, because I'm not sure how you're able to get through the volcano while it's currently erupting. I don't know, it's pretty interesting. There's also a lot of infrastructure here for being the inside of a volcano. I'm thinking way too hard about it, but it's just kind of funny when you think about it. Also, random switch. Very interesting. Makes as much sense as the springs and the checkpoints, though, I suppose. Okay, thankfully. Unfortunately, Tails can't chain jump, but we're able to cancel out of it with flight, which is nice. And let us just switch over. Hey! Thank you, Randomizer. Appreciate it. I do remember. I didn't think I was going to remember from Amy %, but I do. That, well, this door is already open. You don't have to hit the orbs. And that's because I believe if you get randomized to silver, silver is unable to hit those. I think maybe he can hit them if you activate ESP mode, but that's pretty cumbersome even for randomizer standards. Who knows, maybe on an extra hard, oh gosh, double Tails. You know, normally you don't have an Amigo in this stage. I wonder why. I wonder why both Tails came in the end. It's probably something with the randomizer character switcher. But I guess is it quad Tails? Because there's two sets of two Tails? I don't know. Okay, this one I thought was going to be very interesting as well. Shadow's Dusty Desert. So we kind of got to see... Obviously, Section 1 isn't much of anything. But we kind of got to see how Tails worked in a very combat-heavy stage in the open area. But Dusty Desert Shadow will allow us to see how well Tails works in a closed area. I imagine it's going to be pretty similar, but I thought it'd be a neat little difference. Again, also comment down below who you believe is gonna be next, and if you win, you get a cookie. You get a cookie for your efforts on guessing a 1 in 3 chance. Oh my goodness! Now we get to actually play the stage here.
Feel his presence. Let's go.
I did kind of want to do this in Omega %. I wanted to do this stage since, you know, we already have a dedicated Omega section. But I really did not want to go through Section 1 with Omega. Tails made that much easier, especially with the flight, even though he is a little slow. Which is fine. Pretty much all the Amigo characters, except for Blaze, are slow, so... all good. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Just going through these rooms and carpet bombing everything. It's beautiful. Whoa, Shadow sounding a little robotic right there. Hopefully Tail Swipe can help us out. Because the, I guess I should have mentioned that the dummy ring bombs, like, these rings that are falling, they do damage. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Should they do damage? I mean, I like that they do. I'm surprised that it doesn't lag the game with how many different things are on screen at once. I wonder how it was programmed that didn't happen, because you know, it's pretty much a common thing in games that when you have a lot of things on screen, obviously it requires more processing power. Dude, I am showering rings on you. There you go. I was like, did none of those rings hit? All right, who's not dead? No, this guy. This guy always stays alive when I play as Omega as well, so I guess he's just paying homage to that. Okay, let's fly directly to the switch right here. Love the flight, especially love that the flight is tied to the action gauge. That's really neat. Being able to kind of tie... It reminds me a lot of, like... This might be a little bit of a stretch, but a lot of boost mode from Sonic Advance 2. How, like, it was intrinsically linked to the gameplay to collect rings, because the more rings you collected, the faster you went into boost mode, and the better air control you had. That's something I feel like a good amount of people don't know about Advanced 2. More rings, the faster your air control was. But, it's cool with the flight because you can extend your flight. So you're incentivized to still kill enemies and do things while you're flying here. Okay. Alright, let's grab this and continue on through Dusty Desert. Oh, why is this? Oh, this is to the memory shard light. I was like, why is the door already open? The enemies didn't die. That takes me back all the way to when I first found the memory shard light, which, if you're curious enough, you can actually still find on the channel.
Let's charge it.
Was my second P06 video, I think. It was the first one I just did a shadow release showcase, but here we are. Many years later. Doing these. Again, like I said in the Amy % video, let me know what you guys think about me doing things solo without a chat or anything like that. I'm doing what I can to commentate. But I've also talked about Project 06 so extensively, I feel like I'm just redundant if I talk about, like, what the different characters can do and stuff. So, as Tails is cheesing, we got one more stage to do. Figured Shadow's White Acropolis would be a pretty sweet stage to end on, and that'll be Tails %. Pretty nice stuff. Again, if you want to replicate this for yourself, I mean, it's pretty easy. Just get the P06 Modloader as well as the Randomizer and the Character Switcher, and you can do exactly what I'm doing. I actually think that in Tails' case, none of these stages actually require any Randomizer alterations in order for him to get through, so. Because we did Tropical Jungle Silver, but there's no, like, door runes or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about it. Carpet bombing. Does Tails have a... It kind of does. Have a rainbow ring animation. I know that I believe some rainbow ring animations were altered. I don't know which ones were Project 06 compared to the original game. I know that, like, Omega and Rouge, I think, just T-pose in the original game if they somehow go through a rainbow ring, which is kind of funny. Alright, man, I wonder how we're gonna do this section of White Acropolis. We never do this with Tails.
Really high. Let's see.
Back in the days before we were required to do this section, because you could just use the purple gem, sky gem, homing attack to just either go clip through or go through the invisible wall. On the other side was Sonic, so you could bypass this section entirely. Oh, the dummy ring bombs? I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised that bombs defeat the searchlights, but that's good to know. Tails can get to the top of the searchlights. Hello, Elise. Tails can get to the top of the searchlights with the tail swipe if, you know, he isn't in range with height, but he can also fly, so I figure it's not that big a deal. I am curious if we do have to, like, actually hit the bulb, or we can just hit the head. Maybe we can just hit the head with the bombs. It's very specific. Like, you can hit the side of the head with some attacks, and it won't actually defeat it. I believe Rouge's bombs are one of those. You have to hit the actual glass itself, but that's Tails %. Really hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you so much for watching for that. I stream every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. CST when I'm not away at GDQ, so I'll be seeing you all... Gosh, this is going to be Wednesday of next week, so in like 5 days on Monday, I think that's right. But regardless, I hope you enjoy. You can find a link to my Twitch channel, the first link in the description of this video, as well as a link to my main channel right below it. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.